Al-Maidah 5 and ayah is 35. Ya ayyuhalladhina amanu taqullah wabtaghu ilayhi al-wasilata wajahidu fi sabilihi la'allakum tuflihun. O you who believe, take guard of Allah and seek the means, wasila towards Him, and strive in His way so that you may prosper. Now in this ayah, the ayat is, O you who believe, take guard of Allah and seek the means towards Him, or seek the wasila towards Him, and strive in His way, or do jihad in His way, that you may prosper. Now this ayat is oftenly quoted by these people who have become the authorities, that we are the way, who are saying follow our paths, we are the way. So they say, look, the Quran says, oh you believe, you have to seek the wasila. There must be some wasila. Seek the means to reach God, towards Him. Seek wabtaghu ilayhi al-wasila, meaning seek the means towards Him. How can we reach God, Allah? How can we? Seek the means. You have to find out what is the means. What is the means, or the wasila to reach God, to reach Him, towards Him? What is the means? Sorry? Prayer. What do we pray? What do we say in the prayers? No, what? Can I pray, oh God, I want to get first division in my class? Is this what you're saying? Then? Okay, we recite the Quranic ayahs. Thank you. It is the Quranic ayat. It is the ayahs that are the means towards reaching God. Right? It is who? It is not your words. It is Allah's ayahs revealed by Allah to the messengers. Muhammad Rasulullah is the seal of the Prophet and all the messengers. So the means is, seeking the means is Quran. Wasila is the Quran. That through the Quranic ayat and its understanding and the essence of the ayahs, you can reach Him. So we have to seek the means we have to read the Quran with understanding, as we are reading it today now. We have to take guidance from these ayahs. This is the means of reaching Him, towards Him. That is the means. If we do not know, or if we are even in prayers, what are we praying in the ayah, in the salah, is the ayats. And we must remember, if you want to look, there is a particular situation in my life. I'm in a fix. I want to take guidance. I look and search in the Quran. There are many situations in life a man can encounter. If I know a particular situation, then I must know the particular relevant ayat. So I memorize that relevant ayat, and then I pray in the salah, the prayer, that relevant ayat, and bow down and prostrate on that relevant ayat and practice in my life. That would become the means towards Him. But normally it's not practice. It is just a memorization of my childhood, certain verses or surahs of the last Quranic's last surahs. You know, Qul a'udhu bin nas, Qul a'udhu bil falaq, Idaja, some certain in the very childhood I was asked to memorize these verses. So I recite only those verses without knowing what they mean. My particular situation is something else. So I must try to remember or learn those ayahs or those verses. That is the means, that would become the means to reach Him. So in this ayah, we have come to know what is the wasila, is the Quran. The Quran is the wasila. And now, this word wasila has occurred two places. This ayat, another place I read, and we'll see what happens. Surah Al-Isra 17 and ayah 56 and 57. قُلِ الَّذِينَ زَعَمْتُم مِّن دُونِهِ فَلَا يَمْلِكُونَ كَشْفَ الضُّرِّ عَنْكُمْ وَلَا تَحْوِيلًا أُولَٰئِكَ الَّذِينَ يَدْعُونَ يَبْتَغُونَ إِلَىٰ رَبِّهِمُ الْوَسِيلَةَ أَيُّهُمْ أَقْرَبُ وَيَرْجُونَ رَحْمَتَهُ وَيَخَافُونَ عَذَابَهُ إِنَّ عَذَابَ رَبِّكَ كَانَ مَحْذُورًا. Say, call on those whom you claim other than Allah. They have no power to remove your harm from you and not to change them. Those whom they call, they are seeking the means towards their Lord. that who are the most closest ones, and they hope of His mercy and fear His punishment. Surely the punishment of your Lord is something to be cautious of. Now Allah is asking that there are people who are calling other than Allah. So Allah says, say, call on those whom you claim other than Allah. They have no power to remove your harm from you and not to change them. We have already discussed so many times, 2-3 verses, that nobody can harm you or nobody can benefit you except Allah. So Allah said, to whom you claim they can do that, call unto them, and they cannot remove your harm, or not they can change your condition. This is the... But further if you read, those whom they call, they are seeking the means towards their Lord. أُولَٰئِكَ الَّذِينَ يَدْعُونَ يَبْتَغُونَ إِلَىٰ رَبِّهُمُ الْوَسِيلَةَ. Wasilata or wasila. They are those whom they call, they are themselves are seeking the means towards their Lord. So people are thinking that this person is the right person for my wasila to God. XYZ, any person. People in the world think that this person, XYZ, is the right person for my wasila. He will become my wasila. So Allah is telling about that person whom that person is thinking that he is the wasila. So He said, those who are the most close, no, they are seeking the means towards the Lord. They are the ones, most closest ones, and they hope of His mercy and fear His punishment. So those people whom people are thinking they are the wasila, the people who are thinking that they are the wasila, these people themselves are seeking towards the Lord. They are seeking the means towards the Lord, that who are the most closest ones. Suppose I give an example to you. Suppose you people think that I am the person, that I am close to God, or I am the means to you to the Quran. Suppose, just giving an example. So Allah is telling about that person that this person is also seeking the means. He himself is looking in the Quran that who are the closest people to God. Who are the closest? Ayyum akrabu, who are closest ones. And we all know, the most closest people are the messengers of Allah. Who are the people? Ayyum akrab, the most closest people to Allah are the messengers, because we have to follow Allah and the messengers. So they are the closest ones. So if you look upon any person in the world, he himself is seeking who are the closest ones to Allah. Anybody in the world whom we people think that this person is close to Allah, we must find out what he's seeking, what means he's looking for. So that person, according to the ayat, Allah is saying that person, he himself is seeking the means towards the Lord, that who are close to God. And we know for sure that all the messengers are close to God. So if we people are pondering on the ayahs of Allah, on the Quranic ayahs, we come to know that the messengers are close to God, that the messengers are near to God. So we people have to seek means and follow the messengers, not the person. We have to follow the messengers. So those whom they call, they are seeking the means towards their Lord, that who are the most close ones. And these people hope of His mercy and fear the punishment. Surely the punishment of your Lord is something to be cautious of. So in these two verses, remember the previous verse was that, oh, you believe, you seek the means, or you seek the wasila. You look for the wasila. And we come to the wasila is the Quran. And if suppose there are various people in the world who are teaching the Quran, right? So we go to this person. So you must understand that person must, according to this ayah, he himself is not the wasila. He himself is looking into the Quran who are most near to Allah. If I am reading the Quran, I am not the wasila, I am looking into the Quran who are the most near ones to Allah. They are I am also looking, so I will follow them. So similarly, if you are looking at me, you must look at the Quran And in the Quran you must look who are the most near ones to Allah. And we all know those near ones are the messengers of Allah. Not the names that are not in the Quran. If you think that they are the closest ones to Allah, then these are your concoction. Any name that comes in your mind, and if it's not mentioned in the Quran, it is the name you have opted for, that here he is close to God. It is Allah is telling in the Quran, if you look and read the ayahs, Allah says you follow the messenger. That means Allah is telling us clearly, distinctly, that if you follow the messenger, you're on the right path. So we know that all the messengers that are sent from Allah and the prophets are the closest ones. So we have to follow them. They are the book is the wasila, and in that book we come to know the Quran. In that book we come to know that the messengers and the prophets are the closest ones to Allah. So we have to follow them to take guidance. So this is the only two words, two places the wasila has occurred. But normally people quote that verse, that we have to look at the wasila, we have to find out the wasila, and then they point this person is the wasila, XYZ. So people go to that person and say, you are the wasila. There must be a wasila. We understand the wasila is the Quran. If you come here, listen to the Quran, you may listen to me. But if I am pointing a relevant ayat to the Quran, you are going back to the ayahs. So through me, you're going to the source. So Quran becomes the wasila. I may be a pointer to the ayat. If so, nobody talks about ayahs, nobody says anything and say, I am the wasila, and you don't have to do anything. I will take the current and the burden and your faults. You don't have to look into the book. Then you must know what he's doing. So that is also Allah is exposed. So these people who are righteous, they themselves are seeking in the Quran who are the closest ones. And we know all the messengers are close to God.